When we're talking about having faith conversations, we are looking at what Paul says to the people of Colossae when he's asking for prayer. And it gives us a lot of insight on how to have these conversations. And the first thing he says is devote yourselves to prayer. Now, when it comes to having faith conversations, this passage shows us that the most important ingredient is prayer. And we have to avoid thinking that as a cliche idea that stands in the way of important content. What Paul says about prayer and what to pray for packs a ton of insight. First, prayer is his transition. He's coming into the conclusion of the letter and he's firing several instructions about how to respond to the essentials and who Jesus is and what he did. And he says, devote yourself to prayer, and that's how he begins it. And that's a basic rule. Devotion implies discipline, regularity, and proactivity. The first rule of talking to others about God is to talk to God about others. And then notice he gives two words that summarize what kind of mindset prayer is characterized by: being watchful and thankful. Now, I like to call gratitude the art of noticing. Prayer is designed to make you and I aware of what's going on and what God is doing. We're more likely to see what God is doing if we're talking to him about what he's doing. So prayer will help us to be sensitive to our interactions. And then he says, pray for three things. He says, number one, pray for us, meaning Paul and his team. Others to have opportunities. People being reached doesn't have to happen just through me, right? So two, he says to pray for open doors. It's interesting that Paul acknowledges there is such a thing. Open doors are opportunities that fit. Faith conversations fit better in certain contexts. It's okay to pray for those. Sometimes people are going through a hard time and they may even ask for prayer, and that's an open door. Anything that doesn't make it look like you're injecting something into the conversation that's way out of left field. So you're looking for those opportunities. And this one is something we'll come back to. He asked for them to pray for clarity. The essence of clarity has to do with what people already know. See, I teach, and if I don't know anything else about teaching, I know that people learn when you can attach new knowledge to in terms of old knowledge. That's why illustrations are so helpful. He calls the gospel a mystery, implying there's unknown there. So our job is to take that which is mysterious and make it, not mysterious. And the way you do that is just to connect things of the faith that people may not understand or know or get, and put it in terms that they do get. That's why the Bible is filled, especially the New Testament, is filled with all kinds of analogies from life. It uses banking terms, it uses farming terms, because he was talking to farmers. It was something that they saw and they knew every day. But the most important thing about the faith conversation point here is prayer. Pray for clarity, that you can make things clear. Pray for open doors. Pray for opportunities that really do look like that. And the action of prayer will make you more sensitive to notice when you do have an opportunity that's in front of you. That's why you want to pray for that. And then finally, pray for other people, because other people are doing things, and all of us together as a church, if we'll pray for one another, we can see people impacted. So that's the first rule of doing this entire thing of having faith conversations. See you next time.